Today, we're gonna focus on training triceps with isolation exercises without any elbow pain and some proven strategies that will help you do just that. Most importantly, we're starting off of why we're doing this. So you need to define your purpose. When you define your purpose of why you're training and what you're training for, the rest of everything else we're gonna do here will make perfect sense to you. Warming up is extremely important for a vulnerable joint like the elbows when we're training the triceps. Dynamic warm-ups are great and can be highly beneficial, but it's very important to warm up with the movement you're gonna train. So for instance, if you're training your garage in Fairbanks, Alaska in January with no climate control, you need a hell of a lot more warm-ups than if you're at Metroflex Arlington in August where it's 110. So you're gonna have to do somewhat individualized of what you need to do. But let's just say you start off with a bench press and you're gonna train your triceps with dumbbell extensions like Vicky's gonna demonstrate a warm up here. Say she's gonna start off with 25 pounds. She might do a set of 10s first and a set of 15 or 20s before jumping to it, assuming she's already bench pressed. Had she not done anything, she's starting off, she might need a little bit warm up, even a little bit more warm up than that. So we gotta make sure we warm up with the movement we're actually training. We're talking about training triceps for the strength athlete. So why in the hell is a powerlifter training triceps? Simply, it's to help you increase your pressing strength, your lockout. So we need to realize technical execution is most important. Numbers for the sake of numbers don't mean jack. It's all about working your triceps here. So you gotta remember everything has a risk, everything has a benefit. So you're gonna decrease your risk and also increase your benefit by the proper technical execution. Excellent. As a powerlifter, you have one objective when bench pressing. You want to move the barbell from point A to point B with perfect technique as forcefully as possible, so it doesn't matter what's helping you do it. If you can get your toe involved, you do it to lift more weights. The focus is external on the movement you're performing, the bench press. However, when we're training isolation exercise, it's an internal focus. So you want to have pure intentionality. When we're working our triceps, we want to focus on working your triceps. So it's not about just using momentum, heaving anything else. It's about, or moving from point A to point B, it's about making your triceps work as hard as possible by focusing on them. If you don't feel it, kill it. You need to feel your triceps working. So what we got to do here, if you're having trouble feeling your triceps work, there's a few different things we can do. One is just isometrically contract your triceps as hard as possible for 6 seconds prior to performing the movement. Two, you can add an accentuated negative. So for instance, like you're doing a decline skull crusher, you can add a 5-second negative. So instead of just bringing the bar down to normal speed, you'd lower it a steady count, 1,001, 1,002, 1,000, so on and so forth, to 5 seconds. And finally, it's most important to initiate the contraction with the muscle you're trying to target. So for instance, if you're trying to work your triceps, I hate the word try, so if you're attempting to work your triceps, you need to initiate that contraction with your triceps. You can't just, heave something and then expect it to pick up midway through. If you cannot initiate the movement with the triceps, your odds are you're not gonna get them working to maximally contract. So you need to make sure you're initiating the movement with the triceps. As a strength athlete, you sometimes have to think outside the box. We've talked a little bit before about Plato's allegory of the cave, where people are just living in a cave. They can't see anything outside of that cave. It's just a straight myopic view. You have to expand your horizons a little bit. So for instance, think about it. If you're doing a tricep extension, throw on some bands or chains. If you think about it as a chain, as you go down link by link and the loads on the floor. So where you're weakest and most vulnerable at the bottom, it's gonna be the lightest, but as you extend the weight back up, link by link by link, it comes off the ground. So where you're strongest at the top, and as you go up, it's overloading the entire range of motion while protecting your elbows in the most vulnerable position. You do not have to bust out the banana hammock and posing oil to use cables. You get down, say decline tricep extensions hurt. Get down, do it with a rope and on a cable machine. You get a great training effect and you'll get a different stimulus because you've never overloaded movement with continuous tension.